AC1.3 Objectives of a Retail Business. We're now going to go into detail about the business objective where a company wants to make sure they survive. So here we're going to look at knowing what business survival means. I'd like you to know what break-even means, and then we're going to look at applying this by helping you to be able to explain what action businesses have to take in order to survive. Some of the vocabulary we're looking at will be business survivals, partial closures and break-even. So your outcomes are needed is to be able to write your own description of what business survival means, to know what causes a business to not break even, and explain the actions a business might take in order to survive. Careers down the bottom are visual merchandiser, airport retail manager and direct materials buyer. Believe it or not, there are only 2 tasks for this lesson, 3 closed retailers and 3 retail partial closures. So they're a nice short sharp lesson today. Business objectives, survival. Many retail businesses fail within 2 years of being set up. So for a small business, the initial objective is to survive the difficult time of gaining customers, establishing a good local name and building a reputation. Even for some big businesses, survival can become a priority. Many established high street retailers have struggled in recent years. The main objective of these retailers was to survive in the short term. However, there have been some big retailers who have ceased to exist in the last 5 years or so, particularly when you think of the 2 local shopping centres near to us. Your task: name 3 retailers who have closed recently who have been quite local. So you need to think of perhaps our local retail centre in town. We've got quite a few of them around us in town centre, so you don't have to just pick the main one. You could pick nearby towns as well. So your 3 examples in the boxes below. To survive, a business has to at least break even. This means that it makes neither a profit nor a loss. If a business continually makes a loss, it will almost certainly go out of business. So the definition you need to remember: break even is where profit equals costs. So the business is actually at 0 financially. During times of economic recession, when sales can be low, larger businesses will have to adjust their objectives. They may be able to cope with making a loss for a short while, but eventually they will have to carry out actions to turn this around. This can involve making workers redundant or closing a number of outlets or factories. Your task: name 3 retailers who have closed some stores but not all to survive. So you've covered actual closures, now we're looking at partial closures. They can't afford to keep all their retail outlets open, so they've reduced their costs. So your job is to come up with 3 retailers locally in our area, in our county, where they have closed some but not all. Yep, you've done it. You've completed the 2 main tasks for lesson 2 on business objectives about business survival.